The Young and the Restless spoilers. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is a beautiful Thursday, and I am so ready to dive into the absolute madness that just went down in Genoa City. Grab your coffee or maybe something stronger, because we have a lot to unpack today. I literally cannot believe what I just watched. Am I the only one screaming at my television right now? I mean, we all knew the grand opening of the Shadow Room was gonna be an absolute disaster waiting to happen, but this is next level messiness, even for the chaotic standards of Genoa City. I am typing this up at 2 a.m. because my adrenaline is still spiking and I simply cannot sleep until I get these crazy thoughts out of my system. You do not put Sienna and Audra Charles in the same room and expect people to just sip their expensive martinis and listen to EDM in peace. It's a recipe for a total, catastrophic meltdown. And Noah Newman, bless his heart, but he is officially the most clueless man on daytime television right now. I just want to shake him. But wait, let me back up, because I am getting way ahead of myself here and my brain is moving a mile a minute. So Noah is throwing this massive, glamorous grand opening for his new club, the Shadow Room, and can we take a moment to appreciate the set design? The moody lighting, the velvet ropes, the VIP sections, it looks absolutely incredible. Noah is walking around in his perfectly tailored suit, thinking he's the absolute king of the GC nightlife scene. He thinks everything is just peachy. He is completely, 100% oblivious to the absolute war zone brewing right next to the VIP lounge. He actually thinks Audra Charles is just there as a friend. Have you met Audra? The woman doesn't do platonic. She is obsessed with getting him back, and she is not even trying to hide it. And then there is Sienna. I'm sorry, but can we talk about who Sienna actually is for a second? Noah thinks she's just this edgy, misunderstood girl who has bad memories of some club in Los Angeles. He thinks she's just struggling to adapt to Genoa City and he needs to be her knight in shining armor to help her transition. Noah, wake up and smell the espresso. This is the same Sienna who literally stalked Phyllis Summers to a dark basement, brutally attacked her, and freed Matt Clark. The exact same Sienna who is actively dealing fentanyl and cocaine to your father, Nick Newman, pushing him right to the edge of death. She's a violent, fanatical criminal. And Noah is just holding her hand like she's a normal, everyday girlfriend. It makes me want to pull my hair out. So Sienna is already on edge because of her LA trauma, which, let's be real, is probably just her covering up her shady, illegal past. She's trying to play the supportive girlfriend role for Noah's big night. She wants to fit into this shiny, wealthy Newman world. But she has a violently possessive streak. We know this. She is fiercely loyal to the people she attaches herself to. Like that absolute monster Matt Clark. Now she's attached to Noah. So when Audra waltzes in looking like an absolute $1,000,000 in a designer dress, and starts shamelessly flirting with Noah right in front of Sienna's face. Oh my God. I was hiding behind a throw pillow. You could literally see the murderous rage flashing in Sienna's eyes. I know some people are loving Audra's boss babe, take no prisoners energy right now, but personally, I think she has an actual death wish. Does she not sense the crazy radiating off Sienna? Audra is playing such a dangerous, stupid game. She's banking on their shared history, the wild London days, the messy breakup, the secret miscarriage she had years ago that Noah didn't even know about until recently. Because remember how she absolutely shattered his heart in London. He came back to Genoa City all mopey and depressed, painting dark art and acting like his life was over. Audra thinks a deep, painful history gives her a permanent VIP pass to his life and his heart. She's practically draping herself over him, laughing at his jokes a little too loudly, doing that hair flip thing she does when she's marking her territory. She is provoking a literal psychopath. And Noah, I have been watching this show since 2015, and I swear, the Newman men have a genetic defect when it comes to reading women. Remember when Nick couldn't see how toxic things were getting between Phyllis and Sharon back in the day? Yeah, didn't work then either. Noah is doing the exact same thing. He's smiling, chatting with Audra, completely brushing off the suffocating tension because he thinks they're past all that. He doesn't hold a grudge against Audra anymore, so his golden retriever brain assumes nobody else does either. He is so incredibly naive it actually hurts to watch. He has no idea that his new girlfriend is ready to commit a felony on the dance floor. Okay, back to the point. The June 10th showdown, Sienna finally snaps. She completely fails at holding back her jealousy. And honestly, I don't blame her for getting mad, but her reaction is terrifying. She marches right up to Audra and lays down the law. She straight up tells Audra to back off, get away from Noah, and tries to physically kick her out of the club. At her boyfriend's grand opening, she doesn't care about making a scene. She doesn't care about ruining the vibe or embarrassing Noah in front of the press. She is operating on pure, unadulterated instinct and territorial rage. She wants Audra gone, and she looks like she's ready to drag her out by her hair. But Audra Charles does not back down, ever. She just stood there, probably sipping her expensive cocktail, giving Sienna that icy, condescending glare that she has perfected over the years. Audra defends herself, probably dropping some snarky, cutting comment about how she knows Noah better than some random, trashy girl from Vegas, and that just throws gasoline on the fire. Sienna gets even more stubborn, more aggressive. The tension was so thick you could cut it with a knife. I was literally screaming at the screen, security, get security. Because we all know Sienna is capable of actual, physical assault. This wasn't just a catfight. This was a predator stalking its prey. And then, out of nowhere, here comes Sally Spectra and Holden Novak to play peacekeepers. Let's pause and talk about this dynamic for a second, because I am so here for it. Because let's be real, Sally is currently going through absolute, unimaginable hell. She just lost her baby. She was in that horrific car crash in the pouring rain. Billy completely betrayed her trust because of Jill's toxic meddling. Her life is a devastating tragedy right now. I mean, why is she even at a loud, crowded club? She is probably just desperate to escape her own dark thoughts for a few hours. But who was her rock during the terrifying pregnancy scare? Audra. Audra Charles of all people. Audra sat with her, shared her own deep, dark miscarriage trauma, and supported her when nobody else did. So of course Sally is gonna step up and defend Audra. Even in her suffocating grief, Sally is fiercely loyal to the people who show up for her. And Holden, the newest, most overwhelmed member of the Winters, Novak family. He's been dealing with his own massive family drama, finding out Malcolm is his dad, getting rejected by Nate and Devin, and watching Kane try to blackmail his way into Chancellor Winters using Malcolm's illness. The poor guy is surrounded by toxic family drama, so he definitely recognizes a toxic fight when he sees one. He's probably just at the club trying to blow off some steam, and suddenly, he's thrust into the middle of a Real Housewives-style brawl. I love that Holden and Sally team up to de-escalate this mess. They realize that if they don't step in immediately, Sienna and Audra are gonna end up pulling weaves and breaking champagne glasses over each other's heads. Holden and Sally manage to intercept and separate them before it gets physical, but the damage is already done. Even though they stopped a full-on fistfight, the vibe of the entire grand opening is completely ruined. You can't just see that kind of raw hostility. The whispers start. The wealthy guests are staring, and suddenly, Noah's big night of triumph at the Shadow Room turns into a stressful, anxiety-inducing nightmare. Noah finally realizes that his friend and his girlfriend are ready to kill each other. The joy is completely sucked out of the room. He looks so defeated, and part of me feels bad for him. But another part of me is like, you brought this on yourself, buddy. You cannot mix your messy past with your even messier present and expect a smooth party. The grand opening is completely overshadowed by this massive dark cloud of jealousy and impending violence. So what happens now? I'm officially dreading the fallout, but I also cannot look away. Sienna is not gonna let this go. We know how she operates in the shadows. If she perceives Audra as a threat to her relationship with Noah, she's gonna eliminate the threat. And I don't mean by gossiping or spreading rumors. I mean, this girl might actually try to physically harm Audra. Audra thinks she's dealing with a standard jealous girlfriend, but she is dealing with a cartel-level enforcer who beats people up in basements and pushes deadly drugs. Audra is in so much danger and she doesn't even know it. I know some people are rooting for an Audra and Noah reunion, but I am just worried about the body count at this point. Noah needs to wake up and run a massive background check on Sienna immediately. If he finds out she's the one supplying his dad with drugs and she's the one who attacked Phyllis, it's gonna destroy his entire world. But right now, he's just worried about a little catfight at his club. Oh, Noah, you sweet, stupid boy. You have absolutely no idea the hurricane that is about to hit your life. Seriously, the writers are giving us everything we want and everything we fear all at once. And I am so invested in this train wreck. Let me know what you guys think, because I am losing my mind over here.